What's up? Fucking intros are so awkward. What's up, everybody? What is up, guys? In my last video, I talked about doing your evap delete in your engine bay, doing your air pump delete, where to put the block off plates, and I talked about my build plan for the Subaru. In today's video, I'm gonna be actually stripping down my intake manifold, showing you guys how to take off the stock TGVs, and showing you how to take off the stock fuel lines, rails, injectors, everything that comes with taking off the TGVs off your intake manifold. I'm pretty much just gonna be showing you guys how to strip it completely because I'm taking mine to get powder coated. I'm not gonna say the color yet, but it's gonna be dope as shit. If you guys wanna go watch my last video, I'll put it somewhere up, down, to the side. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, somewhere on here. Okay, now that that intro is over with, let's do it.
All right, first thing we're gonna get removed here is my air oil separator, two 12mm bolts on the back of the manifold.
Next thing I'm gonna show you guys for the harness to take off is on the back of the intake manifold here. You're gonna have this PCV vent plug here coming off your turbo inlet. What you're gonna wanna do is push down on the connector there. You're just gonna pull back on this white piece here and this will come right out. If you look down inside of there, there's gonna be a little square kind of piece here. If you stick a pick in there, there's a tab in there. You just twist down on the pick and you pull back at the same time. So you push down on the pick and then pull this way. It should come right off.
Next, let's do the ground wire bolted to the top of the intake manifold.
Next piece is going to be under your boost solenoid cover. You're gonna wanna disconnect the boost solenoid plug, which I've already done. It's already loose here. You're just gonna unroute it. There, now that's loose. Also, you're gonna have all these unplugged already. That was in my last video when I did the evap delete. Just as a little disclaimer here, I went ahead and disconnected all my connectors with like a pair of needle nose pliers just to make the video faster and easier. Just so you guys don't think I'm just grabbing the connector and it just comes off like that. You're like, oh, what the hell? His come off so easy. No, I was just disconnecting them before I went to unplug them just so that makes me look better. Now on the driver's side of the manifold, you're gonna go ahead and disconnect your DGV actuator plug, your injector plug here, injector plug on this side, and then there is a zip tie right here. You're gonna wanna cut off. Go. Now just like the other side. TGV, injector, and injector. Now just so I don't have to pull the whole inlet off, I'm gonna disconnect this hose here, lift the whole harness out from there. Now let's flip the manifold over and take the mounting bolts off. Before you flip the manifold over, I actually forgot there is a 12mm bolt right on the back side here. And you're also going to disconnect, there's a vacuum line that goes to your bypass valve. You're gonna wanna disconnect this from that hose. So there's a little tab right there on the back. You just lift that up. Same time you pop this back. It'll come disconnected. But now that that's disconnected, I can flip the manifold and we'll unbolt it from the bottom. Ah! Leaking fuel! Son of a bitch. Shit. Anyways. Now that my fuel mess is all cleaned up, whoops, you're gonna have two 12mm bolts here and here, bolting the harness to the manifold, and you're also gonna have a little body clip cap connected here, which you can just take a pair of needle nose pliers, squeeze it, and push it through. Let's connect these two 12 mils. And now the whole harness should be loose. There we go.
Okay, just some little tips here. Anytime you have a wiring harness off of a car, I would look for any places that there's wires exposed, any cuts in the harness or anything like that, any places where wires are joining together. If you look here closely, there's actually one spot where the heat shrink has come back and these wires are a little bit frayed. So I'm actually going to resolder these and then tape them up. Make sure those wires are good. Don't pay attention to this. I made a stupid mistake. Make sure when you take your intake manifold off, people, you have your cam sensors disconnected, because I didn't. My harness looks pretty good for the most part, but I'm actually gonna go through and take all the electrical tape off of it that's all gross and fraying like this, and I'm just gonna go out and retape the whole thing.
So since I found those wires that were broken, I ended up deciding to just cut them and strip them back, and I'm just gonna resolder them. So the way that I like to solder is first get your heat shrink before you forget. I forget all the time. Slide it over the end that you got the most slack on each wire. Then now what I do is I'm gonna take two wires that match, and I take them like this, and I just put them together, and I'll twist them in a knot like that, and then I'll just wrap them around each other. Harness is done, all taped up nice, fixed all the broken wires. And I just realized after I've been doing all these videos, even my last video, that I didn't have my GoPro in 4K. I only had it in 1440, I think. So I put it in 4K now. Hopefully the quality is a little bit better. I'll shoot in 4K from now on. So let's get that intake manifold up on this bench, and we'll start removing the stock TGVs and stock fuel rails. Start, you're gonna have your intake manifold upside down. There's going to be two 10 mil bolts holding the lines on here. Take that one off. And over on this side. Now, I don't know why I didn't take this off, but your upper intercooler bracket here. I'm doing a front mount anyways, so I'm not gonna need that. Next you're gonna do is you're gonna have a 10 mil bolt on the fuel lines up here and one bolt to get to the intake manifold. Now you're gonna go around and take off all of your intake manifold to TGV bolts. So there'll be 6 on each side. So let's get that going. Okay, you're probably not gonna be able to see very good from over there, but I needed 2 hands to do this, so I had to set the camera up. You're gonna wanna grab this top line here that you took the bolt out of, that bolts to the manifold. You're gonna lift the manifold up, but pull this back at the same time so that it clears it. And once that clears it, you should be able to lift off there completely. And then kinda angle yourself out. There we go. And there you have it. I'm waiting for my TGVs to come in. So I don't have them right now to put on. So if you look at your stock TGVs, they got the valves that open up inside here. So now we're gonna get rid of a ton of airflow restriction just by getting rid of these. That whole flap's gonna be gone. Instead of having half of it there to flow air through, you're gonna have this whole open thing. And here's your stock fuel rails, which I'm also gonna be getting rid of, and my stock injectors are gonna be gone. And then I'm gonna be running custom AN lines from Aeromotive Performance, probably. I don't know, I might change my mind again. I hate getting parts. I'm always so torn on everything I wanna get, but anyways, let's get this stuff off the bench and then we'll keep stripping down the manifold. Next thing to take off is gonna be my turbo inlet. Allen key on the front there. And this should pretty much just lift off. One of the most notorious places I would always check your turbo inlets, because these stock, I don't even know what they're made of, rubberized ones, always tend to tear right at the turbo and you get gnarly boost leaks. But I don't need it anymore because I'm going rotated turbo, baby. Woo! Oh wait, shit, actually I shouldn't throw that. I could probably sell this on Kijiji or something. Right, next, we're gonna be taking off my pair and boost control solenoid cover. Go. Okay, now that the boost solenoid cover's off, this little bypass valve recirc hose thing, you know what? I can't get it off with one hand. Two hands, there we go. Take this harness mount bracket thing off. Check it out. She's stripped right down. I got all my bolts on it, but that's because I don't want to forget where they go. All right, I think that pretty much wraps up the episode. I got the intake manifold stripped, the harness off, TGV deletes out, and the fuel lines and rail and injectors off, and I got the turbo inlet off. So what I think I'm gonna do is do like a part 1, which will be this video, like a disassembly thing, and then I'll do the next video as a part 2 assembly once I get all my parts in. Because with COVID right now, there's so many delays on everything. Like I have no idea when I'm gonna get my parts. I don't even have a tracking number on anything, and it's been over a week. I know it's the holidays right now, so a lot of businesses aren't as busy and going steady right now. They have lots of days off for holidays and stuff like that, so I'm not that worried about it. I got all winter to have this beast sitting here. It's winter here in Alberta, so I'm not driving it. So I'm not really in a rush, but with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.